No matter what anybody tells you, hand sanitizer is not an acceptable form of a down payment for a house. Now, while I understand that this bottle is probably worth about $3.5 million on the street right now, you can't use it to buy a house. What's up everyone, Dane the Mortgage Guy here, and this is your 3-Minute Thursday video of the week. This week I want to talk to you guys about fixed rate mortgages and adjustable rate mortgages and the difference between the two of them. Before I do so, let's just go through the necessary compliance things so that the federal government isn't trying to nail me to the wall and that my compliance department at Movement Mortgage is super happy. Here's my information. And then here's the company that I work for, and then you can find my disclosures down at the bottom of the screen. And here's the clock right here. 3-Minute Thursdays starts now. So you've probably heard the term fixed rate mortgage and adjustable rate mortgage, and there's probably a lot of you that are watching this video that the term adjustable rate mortgage or ARM scares you. And I understand that it could, because it got painted in a really bad light many years ago. Now, let's start with the easier of the two options. We're going to talk about fixed rate mortgage because it's literally just that. It is a fixed rate for the entire duration of your loan, whether you have your loan for 3 months or you have it for 30 years. It is going to stay the exact same rate the entire time. Now, an adjustable rate mortgage is exactly what it sounds like. It has an interest rate that adjusts and it's a mortgage. It's kind of scary though, isn't it? But I can guarantee you and promise you that it's not, because remember, knowledge is power. When you see an adjustable rate term, it's gonna have 2 or 3 numbers a part of it. There's your most common, which is gonna be like 5/1, and then you're probably gonna see sometimes, not often, like 512, right? So let's go over what those numbers mean. The first number, the 5 means that your interest rate that you got initially is fixed for 5 years. For the first 5 years of your loan, your interest rate is fixed. So if you get in on a 5/1 ARM at 3.5%, for the first 60 months, for the first 5 years of your loan, it is going to stay at 3.5%. Now, the second number is the 1. Okay, what does that 1 mean? That second number means that is how many times your rate can adjust in a calendar year. Now, the third number, which you don't really see that often because there's too many variables that come along with it, but the third number is called a cap. And that essentially is how much can your interest rate adjust in that 1 year. So in the case of the 512 that we were just talking about, you have a fixed rate for 5 years. It can adjust one time a year, and then it's going to adjust anywhere from 2% and below, up or down. Now, let's say year 6 rolls around and interest rates at that point are astronomically high. They're like 16%, which by God, I hope never happens. But let's say they're at 16%, and that is what your standard rate is at that point. Well, since you got locked in at 3.5, with a 2-year maximum cap of adjustments, that means your interest rate's only going to be able to go up 2%. So you're still going to have a 5.5% interest rate. Now, let's say rates drop to 1.5%, you can go all the way down to 1.5 because that is 2% under where you're currently at, and it's still within that magical buffer. Now, let's say interest rates go down to 0, which they're never going to do. So how is the rate calculated on an adjustable rate mortgage? Well, it's pretty much the exact same way that the rate is calculated for a normal fixed rate mortgage. And if you don't know how that works, you're gonna have to come back for another episode of 3-Minute Thursday and I will explain it then. So why would somebody want an adjustable rate mortgage? Well, that's a great question. The list of reasons is long, because there's tons of reasons, because anybody can justify anything in their lives, right? But some of the biggest reasons that people go for an adjustable rate mortgage is because, 1, they know that they're gonna move in 5 to 7 years. Another option is if you know that you plan on refinancing your house soon in the next 5 to 7 years. It may be that you're in a position where maybe your credit is not that great and you know that you're gonna be able to get into a different loan scenario 3, 4, 5 years down the road. And last but not least, why somebody would want to get an adjustable rate mortgage is because frankly they wanted to, because they did their research, they looked into their options, and based off of their future of them living in this home or not living in this home in 5 to 7 years, it's just a better financial decision for them, and that's their prerogative. They can do whatever they want because it's their life, right? Did I do it under 3 minutes? I honestly don't know if I did do it under 3 minutes, even with my own editing, because that was a lot more information than I anticipated vomiting on you guys. But hey, like I said earlier, knowledge is power. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, hit the share button, share this with all your friends. For all my real estate agents out there, keep this video in your archive and be able to send it to your clients when they ask, hey, what's the difference between an adjustable rate mortgage and a fixed rate mortgage? And you can be like, hey, I got this great video that Dane made already. Here you go. Check that video out. And if you haven't done so yet, please follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Dane.the.mortgage.guy. And also check me out online at DaneTheMortgageGuy.com. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, everyone. And like I said, this does not count as a down payment.